should always think of what we can do in the world based on what is possible, what can be done. We should never be burdened. We should never stop or think we can't do something because it's never been done.
Never, ever, ever, ever forget that you are voters, you have the right to speak. You are citizens, you are leaders, and let this day, December 2nd, 2011, be the day when you promise yourself and your country that you will never, ever take it for granted.
My daughter came to me at 4 a.m. this morning, tapping me on the shoulder, saying, "Mom, it's time to go."
We're transporting 404 Hamlin girls, my entire school, for a day of school in the state capitol. A woman should never, ever, ever take for granted the right to vote. It all started with a cup of Pete's coffee. I was online in Pete's Coffee when I heard two women talking about how long the line was at the voting polls at City Hall. And they decided that instead of waiting, that they would come to Pete's Coffee instead. And I was so disappointed, and I had to resist the urge to turn around and say to them, "Are you kidding me? Do you know that there was a time when women could not vote and could not speak? How dare you decide that the line is too long?"
Do you know what it feels like to have your father tell you that he wishes that you were a boy? And for you to do and act everything like a boy just to make him feel proud? Do you know what it feels like to live in a time where men were considered better than women and women had no rights?
When Sandra Day O'Connor and my mother went to college, they had a really hard time. It was so rare for women to be in law school in those days that they had to have a special day when women were allowed to talk. It was called Ladies' Day. When Sandra Day O'Connor graduated, she couldn't find a job as an attorney. The only job she could find was as a legal secretary. Now, women outnumber men in college and in law school. But the very sad fact is that women are still underrepresented in positions of leadership, both in business and in government. There aren't nearly enough women seated in the seats in the California legislature. They're far less than half.
I am Susan B. Anthony. Sometimes people felt threatened by the idea of equality and would throw rotten tomatoes at me. I would never let anything like that stop me. I decided to vote in the presidential election in 1872 in Rochester, New York. The police came to my house to arrest me for voting. When the 19th Amendment was ratified, which finally gave women the right to vote, they called it the Anthony Amendment.
Once you put your hand to the plow, you don't remove it until you get to the end of the row. I, Alice Paul, went on hunger strikes to fight for women's rights. I was once painfully force-fed by tubes through my nose because I refused to eat for almost a month. I was also sent to jail 7 times for organizing working women into trade unions. My efforts were key to the passage of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote.
I am Elizabeth Katie Stanton. As a woman, I do not have property rights, income rights, employer rights, or custody rights, nor did I have the right to vote. In 1848, I organized the first Women's Rights Convention and proclaimed that men and women were created equally and women should have the right to vote.
In 1911, in this state, women finally were given the chance to vote. That was 9 years before the rest of the women in America. Women in America didn't get the chance to vote until afterwards. So California women were able to vote before other women across the United States.
So much has changed just in the past 100 years of women's history. I just want to say I'm so impressed with everything that you guys are learning about by being together with a bunch of great, intelligent, strong women. You learn so much from that. Someday, when you're all grown up, when you've graduated from law school, you'll have positions of leadership. When you speak to girls who are visiting from San Francisco, you'll be able to say, congratulations, we've made it, the hard work is done.
You are not invisible, and you are not silent. So repeat after me. We are Hamlin girls.
We are Hamlin girls.
We will not be silent.
We will not be silent.
We will vote when we are 18 years old.
We will vote when we are 18 years old.
We are Hamlin girls.
We are Hamlin girls.
We will not be silent.
We will not be silent.
We will vote when we are 18 years old.
We will vote when we are 18 years old.
This is your building. This is your property. This belongs to you. So when you go inside and you walk on the beautiful Oriental rugs and you see the artwork hanging on the walls, it's from world famous artists, you can know that's mine.
You can do anything you want, and you will be good at it, and then you know what happens when you're really good at what you enjoy doing? You're one of the best. And what we know is that you guys are a group of girls who are young women who will become women, and you guys will be part of the leadership of our country.